All right, in this program, we're going to take a look at some factorial functions. So a factorial is just a product of all the numbers from the number itself down to 1. So 5 factorial is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1, etc. for any number. Okay. And I want to write a program that calculates the sum of all of the factorials entered by the user. So if I entered 4 factorials, it would just add up all the totals of each one of them and then print it to the screen. And I want to, I have to write a function called factorial to accomplish this task. Okay, so we can start with that. We'll just write a simple function that does this calculation, and then we can work on our main program to get it to deal with adding all of those up. Okay, so we will create our factorial function, and it's just going to take one value, just the number itself. So what has to happen here? So I'm going to start with 1. I'm going to do it backwards. So I'm going to do 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 for 5 factorial. Okay. So for I in range from, since I'm starting at 1, I'm going to go 2 to x plus 1, right? Because it's exclusive, so I need to actually get to x. And my factorial will just be f times my counter, right? So it starts at 1, and then this first time through the loop it's 2, so it's 1 times 2 stores my result, and then 2 times 3, then 3 times 4, and then 4 times 5. Okay, adding it up all in my, just summing it up all in my loop there. So once that loop finishes, it will have finished the factorial calculation, so I can just return the value of f. Okay, now I got to work on that main program. Oops. Okay. Okay, so I need to continuously loop until I get a 0 entered, because you can't calculate 0 factorial. So that's the kind of the indication that we're going to stop. That was what was stated in the question. So I'm just going to use an infinite loop and get a value from the keyboard. So enter number, and if that number is 0, I'm going to break out of the loop, and otherwise I want to do the calculations. So what does it ask me to do? It's asking me to add up all the different values that the user is calculating here, or the factorials are calculating. So I need a total variable. So if I'm going to continually add up, I'm going to say total equals total plus the value of my factorial, and I'm just going to send num to it. Okay, so for every number entered, it's going to calculate the factorial and add it to the previous sum. But if I enter 0, it's going to stop the loop, and then we can just print the total value was total. Okay, and I think that would be it, other than just having to call main to start our program. Oh, I always forget the colon. So if I enter number 2, enter number 3, and enter number 0, total value is 8. So let's see if that makes sense. So 2 factorial is 2, 3 factorial is 6, so 2 plus 6 is 8, which is correct. Okay, and my program stopped when 0 was added. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else we need to add to this to make it work, but here's a little simple factorial function.